You've probably seen the clip by now. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern relishing the fact that her new COVID traffic light system will create an oppressed underclass in society.
So you basically see this is going to be like, well, it's almost like, you probably don't see it like this, the two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated...
That is what it is, so yep.
Under the new system, when cases rise, the unvaccinated will face lockdowns and restrictions that the rest of the population can ignore altogether.
But actually what it's become clear to me is that they're not just a tool to drive up vaccines. They're a tool for confidence.
Yeah, so confident you're all walking around fully vaccinated and still wearing 3 face masks.
Two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated...
That is what it is, so yep.
Let's be clear. By its very definition, this is medical apartheid. Two classes of people under two different sets of laws in the same country. One, an oppressed minority that is now being overtly discriminated against by the state. That's not a free country anymore, that's institutionalized segregation. If that was abhorrent in South Africa, why is it acceptable now? New Zealand's Maori population was subjected to similar segregation and discrimination up until the 50s. If that was a disgrace, why should it be acceptable now? And in fact, fewer than half of Maoris in New Zealand are fully vaccinated, meaning they're going to take the brunt of the discrimination. And I can see what's coming in New Zealand, probably Australia too. People in America are already being denied life-saving organ transplants. So don't be surprised to see Jacinda announce that the unvaccinated will be denied hospital treatment. And the look on her face when she does it will be one of barely contained sadistic glee. Look, if you're so confident in your vaccine, explain to people why it's so important and why the side effects are so rare. Don't just threaten to banish people from society while wearing a shit-eating tyrannical grin, because that's not a very good way to get people on side, is it? It's not even the fact that she's the face for all this despotism. It's that lip-smacking satisfaction that she seems to get from announcing it. Like she's savouring some fine meal or expensive glass of wine.
That is what it is, so yep.
It's also that fake, smiley, passive-aggressive, contrived self-righteousness that characterises her rhetoric. Like when she threatened to hold Kiwis and their entire families in quarantine facilities if they didn't get the jab.
What do we do if someone refuses to be tested? Well, they can't now. If someone refuses in our facilities to be tested, they have to keep staying. So they won't be able to leave after 14 days. They have to stay on for another 14 days. So it's a pretty good incentive. You either get your tests done and make sure you're cleared, or we will keep you in a facility longer.
Is it just me, or is there something about her that really creeps you out? People forget New Zealand was rapidly becoming a police state before the pandemic. Police were paying people home visits to ask about their support for Trump in early 2019. Kiwis were threatened with 5 years in prison for not handing in firearms after Jacinda set about on a massive gun grab. Suffice to say, the daughter of a police officer and the former head of the International Socialist Youth is adored and revered by her fellow globalists. And boy does she appear to cherish the role. Given that the Bond franchise is seeking to increase its diversity in offering more roles to women, may I suggest Jacinda Ardern as the perfect template for their next top villain?
Yep.
Can you